Hi, this is Stacy Higginbotham with GigaOM. I'm here with Scott Abel, who's president and CEO and co-founder of Spiceworks here in Austin. Spiceworks just raised $16 million, so we're here to find out a little bit more about what they do and kind of a bit more about how the role of IT is going to change in the future. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Stacy.
Glad I'm here. So let's start off with you telling everybody a bit about what Spiceworks is, who uses it, and why we really care.
Okay, well, Spiceworks is now, I guess we're 4 years old just this month, so it's a pretty exciting anniversary for us. We have a very simple mission at Spiceworks, although it's a little big. We want to simplify everything IT for the SMB market. And we've done that by producing what we like to call the iTunes of network management. Our goal was to put together in one simple, easy-to-use package all of the software people needed that they could use to manage their network, monitor it, keep up to date. And the innovation was really to take every one of those, what are now 870,000 users worldwide, and bring them directly into the application. And so in Spiceworks, you don't have to leave and go somewhere else to get advice and expertise on how to manage your network. Those 870,000 people are always in the app, and we stream all of those discussions and advice and reviews about IT products and services in the context of what people are trying to do when they're trying to do it. So we've really built social IT directly into the workflow of that app.
So like Facebook for IT.
That's a great way to think about it. I like it better when you say it than when I say it.
I was about to say, it seems so markety, doesn't it? All right, so with your 870,000 friends or people, and tell me, how does Spiceworks make money? We talked about selling ads to those people. There are 3 different ways you guys seem to be doing it. Can you kind of go into that a little bit for me?
Sure. So, very different model than most software vendors. Nothing wrong with that, but the traditional way is I make a cool piece of software. If you find it valuable, you open your wallet and you pay me money for it. Great model, but people like Google over the years have shown that there are other ways to monetize software by tapping other parts of the network. And that's what we do. So it turns out that IT professionals in the small business space, incredibly hard to reach and expensive to reach. And so the fact that they'd spend hours and hours a month inside Spiceworks, and they are the person that a Cisco or a Dell or an HP or what have you would like to get access to, makes our business model possible. And so at the end of the day, what we do is we charge people for access to the network. If you're HP and you want to be able to reach that perfect IT guy at a 200-person law firm, you do that through Spiceworks. And we do that one of 3 ways. You can literally just run display advertising. That's probably the first thing we did, and we still do a bunch of it today. The second are sponsorship packages that get you directly into the app and the community, but let you engage with those users. And so that's probably the most Facebook-like of all the things we do. And that's been very popular because it's hard to tap one of those users and understand what do they really want in your products, what do they like and not like, what do they think even about your messaging and how you do it. That's probably been the biggest area for those engagement packages, to understand, am I talking to you the right way? Do you like the kind of messaging that I'm providing to you? And then the newest area, and the one that's probably the most exciting for us, are third parties actually building extensions and plugins into Spiceworks. And we charge vendors for the right to get access to that network and put those extensions in front of the user base. So the thing that's really cool is, on one hand, we're getting added functionality for our users, and we get paid in the process to effectively extend the functionality of the app. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that is fun. We've already discussed how you're not going to share revenue or anything like that for me. But with the $16 million that you guys just raised, where are your priorities? What are you guys going to do with Spiceworks, presumably, as you build it out with that money?
No, that's a great question. So, I think one of the main reasons we decided to raise the money was we were having to make too many trade-offs when it came to managing the business and functionality we could build out for our user base quickly. And, at the end of the day, we get more and more users just by Spiceworks providing more and more rich functionality against the long tail of users out there. And so probably 2 or 3 big areas that we wanted to hit. One was there's just more systems management functionality. They're constantly asking us for additional features and functions that are broad in nature. We tend to not go really deep in any one category, but they've asked for things like more of the real-time monitoring capability, more functionality like our recently announced SQL Server Monitor. There's just a lot of that, and some of those we're hitting the cutting room floor, and so this money will allow us to do more of that more quickly. Another big area for us are more of these plugins faster. We've just got such demand right now from vendors who want access to the network. We wanted to be able to get those into the app much faster. A big strategic area for us are doing the same kind of management we do today on-premise in the cloud. One of the strong pieces of feedback we've gotten from our users is, hey, I want to be able to manage cloud services, my hosted email, my online backup, my archiving, my spam service in Spiceworks the same way I manage, hard drives and disks and network devices or whatever it is. I want the same sort of automated alerts. If there's an outage on email, I want Spiceworks to tell me about it, just like it tells me when my Exchange server is down. And so they're pushing us for what we call this hybrid interface, and we strongly believe it's not going to switch overnight. If you fast forward into the future 5 years, you'll see somebody, there's still going to be a bunch of hardware in their office, but they're going to get a lot of their capabilities from the cloud. Today, Spiceworks is the de facto standard for managing that on-premise stuff. We're going to make it the de facto standard for managing the cloud as well.
Is your strategy there going to be to build it yourself? Is it going to be partnering with other companies that are also providing that kind of functionality?
Absolutely partnering, right? The key thing is one pane of glass. Just like a lot of the stuff that's in the app today, we don't build all of it, but we provide you just one place you can go to easily manage it all. I'm not going to go build cloud services. Wouldn't even begin to go there.
Are those partnerships going to look kind of like the sponsorship agreements you have? Are they going to be revenue generating partnerships?
They'll definitely be revenue generating partnerships. You'll see a lot more about that in a couple months. We've closed a couple already, not quite ready to announce them yet, but we'll call you first.
Oh, thank you.
And but yeah, it's that one's pretty exciting for us because there's a lot of potential rev share opportunities for us that I think bring huge traction for the partner to get new customers faster, and then it ends up being a good way for us to generate revenue.
Okay, and I promised people that we would talk about the IT person of the future. We talked a little bit about trends that you're seeing based on the 870,000 users. How is their job changing? What are they being asked to do?
What's happening to them?
What is happening?
Now, it's interesting that we get a lot of insight and visibility into these folks because they are vocal. I think one of the reasons we've been successful, some of it is just luck that nobody had ever listened to them before. They probably wouldn't go at the top of the Facebook list for most colorful celebrity of the year. So having somebody, a venue where you could actually get your opinions out there, it's one of the reasons the vendors love the engagement packages so much. And what we're seeing, the reason for this cloud strategy for us is that's what they're asking for. They're coming back and saying, look, this is increasingly, I forget the stats, we did this in one of our Voice of IT surveys, but on average, every one of our installation, probably 10% cloud services in each one. Any particular one might be lower than that, whether it's hosted email or something else, but the penetration is going up. And now they're looking at, how do I manage this? Because what I don't want, Spiceworks has converged my world. Don't diverge it for me again. Don't let it go off and go back to the way it was. And so I think what they're seeing is, hey, my job's not going to go away, but it's going to change. What I manage and how I spend my day, that's going to evolve. That's going to become a different set of tasks than it was when it was just all hardware and all on-premise. That's a big one. The other big trend we're seeing is just mobile. Right, there's the devices are getting more sophisticated, and so we're getting more and more requests for the direct management of mobile devices, the apps on mobile devices where that never existed before. They're starting to ask us about, and then they want to use mobile to manage with Spiceworks, right? And so that's another thing we'll be doing is providing that mobile interface on top of the app, so they can walk around the office, and when they come by your desk, they'll be able to tell you all the things they can if they were sitting in front of Spiceworks.
And are there going to be more IT jobs in the future, or less, or fewer?
would think there would be more. I mean,
There's going to be more computing,
Yeah.
more devices.
If you look back historically, there's been now 4 generations of this, if you include mobile. It has never made the world simpler. It always says it's going to, each generation says it's going to make it, from desktops to mainframes, from laptops to desktops, from the internet to not. Every time it's going to get simpler, and it seems like I'm paying for more IT guys than everybody else is. And so I think what they spend their time on, there are parts of the problem that absolutely get simpler. The problem is we keep introducing new technology that guy has to turn around and manage. And so I think his job is probably getting more secure.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.